This is Nick from Hemlock and Hyde, and this is 7 ways you can set your small business up for success. Running your own small business is definitely not an easy thing to do. There are so many ways it could go wrong, but I wanted to offer a little bit of a framework. So if you feel a little bit lost or you don't know where to start, this is where you can begin. And once you get these 7 things under your belt, I feel like you're gonna have a better idea of what you want to do, what kind of direction you want to go, and I hope this helps you. My first piece of advice is really simple. Your business needs a separate bank account. It needs a separate credit card. It's just so easy to, when you put everything in one account, to not know what's going in, what's going out, what's due. It gets all jumbled up, and the key to financial success is clarity. So you'll want to set your business up with a bank account, and that sounds really easy, but I think a lot of people forget to do that. If you want to take that a step further, you can create several bank accounts, one for your taxes, one for your profits, one for your expenses, one for recurring expenses, and then one for labor payroll. So that way you have a very clear picture of what bucket is being used for what and how much you have left for each expense. And that way, at the end of the year, when it's time to do your taxes, you don't have to feel scared and worried because guess what? You have a bank account with all the taxes that you set aside. The second thing I want to talk about is having a website. Another thing that's simple in theory and sometimes difficult to maintain, but if you have a simple, thoughtful website that's easy to navigate, easy to understand, has your story on it, a clear color scheme, and answers all the product questions, and has pricing and high quality photographs, you'll be leaps and bounds ahead of other people, other small businesses. Something so simple just can instill some confidence there, and it's a place for you to direct people when they want to learn more about you, but maybe don't want to purchase yet. They're getting to know you. I think a lot of people get kind of nervous about photography, and I mean, you can just do it on like a white background with clear images. You can start there, and then when you get more comfortable, or maybe you have a friend that does photography, you guys can collaborate, and they can take maybe some lifestyle shots with you, or just take your regular product images. You need to start somewhere, but they have to be clear, crisp images. My third piece of advice is to amplify what's working and cut everything else that's not working. I think we sometimes are too deep into our own business to look at it from a larger scope, and when we do that, we maybe keep a product on that we love but isn't selling, or we just make decisions based on an emotional need versus actual data and sales, which is the whole point. That's what you need your business to do. You need to sell. So for example, if you have like 10 different categories on your website where you sell like across 10 different categories, maybe get that down to 5 and see what that's like. Do your 5 best types of categories or your 5 best products. Whatever it is, you need to distill it down so that you can have a clearer image and a clearer voice to your potential customers. Number 4 is similar, but it's about organization. Organizing your shop, your tools, organizing your purchases. Don't buy things you don't need. Only buy what you're able to sell. Look around your shop. I'm sure there's stuff that has been sitting there for maybe years that you're not going to use. You don't need it. Give it to a friend. Find a use for it. You don't have to throw it away, but it might not be meeting the needs of your business, and it might not be helping you to have it cluttering up your space. There's nothing better than a nice, clean space to get your work done in. And that kind of transitions and affects all of your other decision making in your small business. So if you have something gathering dust, it's probably time to say goodbye. Okay, number 5 is a really big one. You need to set goals. As simple as that sounds, there are people out there not setting goals for themselves. You need to set financial goals, dollar goals, how many items you want to sell. I suggest projecting at least 12 months out on those types of things. That way you have a clear idea of what you're aiming towards. And you can feel good about hitting those goals, or you can look at those goals and say, oh man, we missed that by this much. How can I do that for next time? It helps you strategize and helps you think more clearly about your business and the direction you want to go. You can set goals around product drops, colors, all sorts of things. But you do need to set clear goals for yourself so you know what direction. All right, we'll call this one 6+. I truly believe that you need to set one really lofty, big, ambitious goal for yourself a year, so you have something overarching all of your decision making, so that you can strive for, something large. And you need to make it something that you really want, and that can really, really help you drive forward. And that could be something as like, I want to sell 1,000 pieces. I want to save up for that clicker press that I really wanted. I wanted to get, whatever piece of equipment that you really want. Maybe it's a camera that you want to help with your photography. It could be something that really just adds to your business and keeps propelling you and keeps driving you and gets you excited about your yearly goals. And then number 7 is don't be too hard on yourself. It's really easy to do. It's really easy to get discouraged, especially when, you have a couple of things pile up in a row that are disappointing. It always helps to zoom out and to appreciate where you've come from, what you've accomplished over the last year, and set your sights on the future. Like, don't try not to get bogged down in those kinds of details. It's really important to learn from your mistakes, but then you have to move on. Like, give yourself a little time for mourning, then move on. Okay, I think I missed a number along the way somewhere, but I still wanted to talk about marketing/social media. So the easiest, freest way to do that is to be on a social media platform. And you're going to want to be on the platform where your audience is, whether that's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it is. You need to be on the platform where your audience is. And then you're going to want to be sharing things like news and updates, get your audience excited about what kind of products you're making and all the new stuff that's going on. You want to show maybe behind the scenes how things are made, what makes you different. And you want to grow your audience that way in an organic way, so that they get to know you, and maybe eventually they'll want to make a purchase with you, or they'll share your content with their friends, and that's how it begins. I really believe that if you get good at one platform, you can then transfer that to other platforms, and be smart about it. Whatever you're making, what lends itself best to what the platform offers. So if you want to do long format videos, obviously that's for YouTube. If you want to do quick short things, you could do shorts, reels, and that kind of thing. So be smart about it. Choose a method that's going to work best for your small business and your product, and get creative with it. We do weekly lives for Q&A where you can ask us Leathercraft questions, you can ask us small business questions, whatever you want. We've sold things live on those. We've shown how to make a bag start to finish. We've shown who we are as people. We've shown, house projects that we've done. Do things that are going to build up your brand and connect with your audience. Okay, all that being said, it's not easy to do any of this stuff, but if you knock these out kind of one by one, you'll find yourself in a much better place than your business started. And this might be really simple to you. You might have already done these, but if you haven't, this is a great place for you to start and to take your business to the next level. If you enjoyed some of these tips, give us a subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. If you have an idea or a topic you want us to cover, send us a comment, and maybe we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for listening. Oh wait, I almost forgot to say. So I'm working on another video right now, and it's going to be sort of like an intro video to Hemlock and Hyde as a business. It's going to go over how we started, some of the things we did along the way that we feel were successful, and it'll just be kind of like a personal journey for our business from when we started to current. So if you want to see us as small business babies, that'll be the next video. We'll see you there.